Yeah, it's too hot to talk to you from in the town. Actually, it's a bit hot on the iPhone, so we'll see how things go. But anyway, this gives me an opportunity. This is the point where for about 30 videos so far, I've told you that I'm William Gallagher, which I am, hello. I tell you that this is the 58 Keys Writing Workshop set of videos, which, well, it is. And I tend to point out that I believe my telling you how I happen to write something is pretty pointless, really, unless you and I carry on the discussion in the comments. I mean, writer to writer, having a chat. What else is there? That's what normally happens. This time, well, I still like the chat. But I think this is a bit of a small topic. I just want to share it with you. If you look through the playlist of previous workshop videos, and actually please do that because there's a project coming up that means those videos may have to change or come down complicated. You will see that there is one workshop on location, and then a little while later there's another one called location. And so yes, this is number 3, location, shed. But this is also about how, as writers, sometimes we can do the very smallest thing. This is about how, as writers, we can also not tell the reader or the audience everything or possibly anything. We do not even have to mention something that we have spent time deciding on, planning, that we have designed to be important to what we're trying to do. And yeah, I do mean the shed, because in 30 videos, I have not mentioned shed, the word shed, once until now. And I would expect you to be amazed how much attention that shed has had, because I was amazed by it. Apparently, it's even been discussed amongst my cousins somewhere. And it's definitely been asked about many times over in the YouTube comments and in messages on Blue Sky, Twitter, emails that I've been sent. I get asked about it a lot. And here's the thing. As writers, we know that details matter. We know that what you don't say is as important as what you do. And I think we also, well, if we don't appreciate it, we'll learn that we may spend dozens, hundreds, thousands of hours working on an idea, but the reader or the viewer, any type of audience, has no reason to know we spent those thousands of hours, no reason to care, and it is not their job to even notice something. So many or most of the audience don't notice consciously. Unconsciously, it's different. We pick up so much as an audience that helps create the world of the story we're following. Not once did it occur to me that anyone would be interested in the shed. I mean, if you'd told me 30 videos ago that the shed was a topic worth examining with you, well, I'd have examined it sooner, wouldn't I? But because this is a shed, right? Okay, there's no denying it's a shed. It isn't the writing shed that people seem to have assumed it is. I haven't written a word in there. Neither, I need a drum roll for this one, is this summer house, which I've also used in these videos. This shed and that summer house, well, they're a set, really. I suppose they're location filming, but they're a set. I film in them for a really specific and to me, important reason. Well, I'll just tell you, it's this. 58 Keys, right, the YouTube channel, began as a series of videos for writers who, like I do, use and who write on Macs and iPhones and iPads. Every Wednesday for 5 years now, there's been a video on that topic, and there still is, and there still will be. There's so much more to talk about. But now, there is also this set of 58 Keys Writing Workshop videos that happen to be released on Mondays, and most recently I've added, well, this is the 3rd video, but it's a YouTube membership exclusive, and it comes out on Fridays, the 58 Keys Script Club. It's specifically about scripts and screenplays, a particular passion of me for writing and reading. Now, I cannot conceive that anyone but me would be able to tell you which days what video comes out on, and of course they couldn't. Why would you? But I also wouldn't have imagined, well, I mean, I'm definitely wrong here, particularly wrong apparently, but still, I wouldn't have imagined that anyone would consciously notice that some videos come from inside a shed and some don't. But unconsciously, yeah, they would. Every workshop until now has this shed. Every script club has this armchair, pretty much. And the mess of books, actually, which still is about to fall on me and I need to sort out. But and while I actually try to vary this one a lot, 58 Keys, the greater part of those are actually shot at my actual writing desk in my actual writing office. It just occurs to me, actually saying that to you, that the shed and the armchair and the script club, they're a kind of branding, really. think about that later. But to my writer mind, it's scene setting. It's presenting what can become over time a familiar locale. And I think it also contributes to the tone of the videos. The armchair script ones, they're relaxed. But all of that comes from my first choosing to shoot in a shed. And then I think more importantly, from always shooting in the shed. Consistency gives us something. And it can make more of an impact than you expect, or certainly than I expected. Really more, actually. I said that I haven't mentioned the word shed in any of these videos before, but whenever I'm asked in the comments or the emails or the messages or wherever it is, I will, of course, tell the truth, really. I will immediately explain the shed is a set. Sorry, you thought it was something else. And yet, startlingly often, whoever I've told that to, they've come back with things like, yeah, but what's it like to write in there? I tell you, I feel a bit guilty, actually, about making anyone think it was a writing shed. Particularly, and actually, confession time, I feel a bit shifty going on about it now. Like, look at me. I've got a shed that I don't use. Yeah, okay. But as well as trying to admit more publicly that it's a set, the reason to talk to you about all of this today is the writing point. You do one thing, one very small thing. You do it for a specific, and as it happens, really well worked out reason. Might not be right, but certainly worked on. And then you keep doing it without spotlighting it, without making a fuss, without mentioning it. You establish something. You establish a pattern. And so I think you establish an unconscious expectation from your audience, which you can then smash by breaking that established pattern. Love that. Actually, that's what I'm doing now, isn't it? Shooting outside. 31st video is outside after 30 inside. I mean, actually, okay, that only works. I'm conscious that only works if you have previously seen 58 Keys Writing Workshop videos in the shed. If you've seen enough of them that it's in your mind that that's where they are, then this, yeah, okay. But okay, we're off now into other topics like what can we expect a reader to already know from previous stories and videos? What can we expect them to bring? Actually, there's whole other topics here we'll talk about another time. Plus, actually, just looking at you, I've realised there's a strong chance that I'm here going off on one about small moves, slight expectations. And the straight truth is just that for 30 videos, the shed has been more interesting than I have. Thank you so much. Go write something, you. Inside, outside, out of the heat, possibly. And I'll see you soon.